In the summer of 2020, YouTuber Corey from the channel Abandoned Boys uploaded a chilling video titled Ritual Encounter in the Backwoods. Throughout the video, Corey doesn't give many details about the location, only that the woods are somewhere near Loransville, and that according to local rumors, strange things are known to happen there. Curious and undeterred, Corey decided to explore the forest for himself. But what he saw that night was absolutely terrifying. At first, Corey is casually filming himself, walking through the dark, quiet woods. It's late, and the only sound is the crunch of leaves beneath his feet. But then, he hears something. Unusual noises echoing through the trees.
What the hell's that? What was that?
At first, it's hard to tell where the sounds are coming from, but as Corey ventures deeper into the forest, the truth becomes horrifyingly clear.
What the hell? Y'all seeing this?
Up ahead, he spots three figures, cloaked in long black robes with hoods that cover their faces. They appear to be standing in a circle, performing some kind of ritual, but they aren't speaking any known language. Instead, they're making garbled, guttural sounds, more like growls than words. Corey stands frozen for a moment, clearly disturbed by what he's seeing. But things quickly escalate when one of the figures breaks away from the group.
Y'all see this? What the hell is that? Hey, what's going on? Shit. Scratch this film.
The figure appears to be holding something, possibly a weapon, and begins creeping closer. Corey doesn't wait to find out what happens next. He bolts into the forest, the figure still pursuing him. Finally, after a tense chase, Corey manages to escape. The video then abruptly cuts out. To this day, Corey has never followed up on what happened that night. No one knows who those people were, or what kind of ritual they were performing. And whether the encounter was real or staged remains up for debate. Personally, I found Corey's reaction to be strangely calm when he first saw the group. But maybe that was just shock. What do you think? Was this all a setup? Or did Corey stumble into something he never should have seen? Let me know your theories in the comments before we move on to the next clip. I'll be hearting every single one. In 2021, YouTuber Lucas Brunel uploaded a video where he went camping in the woods with his younger nephew, Kevin. What was meant to be a lighthearted outdoor trip quickly spiraled into something far darker. At the start, the two are seen riding their bikes through a remote forest, searching for a spot to set up camp. Eventually, they settle on a hilltop clearing and decide to explore the surrounding woods a bit before night fully sets in. But it's during this short walk that they stumble across something deeply disturbing. I'll just let the footage speak for itself.
I did ride afterwards.
Shit, wait, hold on. Alright, let's go.
Did you find another stick?
No, I don't know. Fucking pinchy, or whatever you call it. Little spikes. Dude, I just want to fucking shower and fucking lay down.
Yeah, clean, oh my God.
Shit you fucking get me into.
Yeah, but we have s'mores with us. We have graham cracker and we have chocolate.
Yeah.
Campfire. But that's after you lettuce and sardines, young man. And we can find some dry firewood. That would be kind of nice.
Yeah. Wonder what your parents must think of you doing all this crazy shit. Dude, you're fucking with me. Alright. Alright. I am not fucking camping anymore. Dude, alright, dude. I know I said fuck with the satanic shit, but it's a fucking joke. I'm not fucking serious, man.
Lucas discovers what appears to be a pentagram carved into the ground, with a partially buried skull at the center. The scene clearly resembles a ritual site, possibly satanic in nature. Lucas keeps his composure, but Kevin immediately becomes visibly uncomfortable. And then, they hear it.
I don't want to fucking camp anymore.
Yeah, but there's nothing. We can camp.
Dude.
This doesn't have to, like. We can camp fine. There's nothing out here to get you.
Yeah, then what the fuck was that noise, huh?
Just take a look. It's.
Dude, you need to calm your fucking tits. I know this is my last fucking night.
How about take it down a notch?
Dude.
And we enjoy the night, you know?
Yeah, enjoy the fucking night with...
You know what? Hey. Oh.
Dude, Lucas. Alright, yo, chill. You're joking, right? You're joking.
No, I'm not. Boys, just chill. Just take it down a notch. There's nothing out here, like, to get you. I mean,
You're a fucking bitch, man. Dude, you're a fucking asshole. You're a fucking asshole.
Branches begin snapping nearby, slowly at first, then more aggressively. Kevin doesn't wait around to find out what it is. He bolts back toward the camp, panicked. Lucas follows, and just as they grab their bikes to leave, the footage abruptly cuts out. To this day, there's been no explanation of what that ritual site was, or who might have created it. But one thing is clear. This isn't something you'd ever want to find deep in the woods, especially not after dark. On September 3rd, 2025, YouTuber Sort of Interesting had a stealth camping experience he won't forget anytime soon. He was out camping in a small clearing near a riverside in the UK. At first, everything seemed perfect. His spirits were high. He unpacked his bag and quickly found what he thought was the ideal spot to set up camp.
Okay, so I am definitely concealed, although that might only count if I'm about 2 feet from the ground at most. So I'm just going to have a quick scout around this area for somewhere that's a little clearer to put maybe my basic ground sheet poncho down. But this is already quite amusing and humorous an activity to try and do. Wish me luck. Okay, so with the sound of crows in the background and endless chainsawing across the valley, I'll just show you what I've got. So, this is slightly haunting already. So, because I've travelled so lightly and simply, I've been able to fetch my very small camping stool. But ironically, I've got such poor cover from the wider world here that even this tiny little stool might actually be too high for me to sit on. Obviously water, oh yeah, we've got toiletries, odds and ends and snacks in the top of my bag. Elkit Elan bivvy bag. Simple basic sleeping bag. And what I was hoping to do was to use my pegs to peg down my poncho tarp as a ground sheet. But as you can see right now, I think I might just have to fold this over and use it as a little bit of a footprint to put my bivvy bag on amongst the ferns here if I'm going to have any sort of cover at all. Pillow is my Ecotech Hibernate inflatable mat. I've got my basic selfie stick tripod hybrid. I haven't got my fancy microphone for recording or anything, which is typical because we've got so much noise around us. And I need to be really quiet, so I can't do my shout into a distant camera.
Not long after unpacking, he started to notice something wasn't quite right about the location.
It seems that there are a lot of people around compared to what I was hoping for. So I'm going to really keep a low profile for a few minutes, and I'm going to get out of here and set my stuff up after a little while. What am I doing right now? What am I actually doing and planning? This is a comfortable night's sleep, apparently. So here's the plan. I'm going to leave my sleeping bag here, just so there's more space and less weight in my backpack as I walk around. I'm going to lay this out, but as a really thin rectangle, as a base for my bivvy to go on. And then I'm going to clear off and come back just as it starts to get a little bit darker.
There were too many people around for comfort. So, he came up with a plan. Set up his camp, leave for a while, and then return once the sun went down. And that's exactly what he did. As night fell, he climbed inside his bivvy, talking to the camera about how much he loved the setup he'd prepared for the night. But it wasn't long before things took a darker turn.
I might be going absolutely mad here. I swear there's been like a firefly. I'm gonna shut up. I can hear... I think I can hear footsteps. I can't... I am keeping an extreme low profile right now. I think that the laser was coming from the far side of the trees, but I'm not 100%. I don't think it was actually aimed at me. I think it was just shining a laser for the sake of it. But it's certainly woken me up a little bit. But to be honest, it's been quiet for about 10 minutes now, so I'm not too worried. There's a dog in here!
He's jolted awake by the sound of footsteps, and then a laser light, shining directly toward him. Neither he nor the viewer really knows what's going on in that moment, but as the tension builds, he starts piecing together what he thinks happened.
Here's that footage slowed down because I got such a poor quality view of the situation, as I basically went from asleep to the most awake I've ever been in my life in the space of 1 second. When they were running away, I think it was a phone light rather than a proper flashlight of any kind. And I don't know if those lasers are one single tool or some sort of surveillance kit or something, I don't know. But I'm sure after I shouted, "There's a dog in here," which was the only thing I could think of in the heat of the moment, I'm sure you can hear a little exclamation from them, just a little "Ruh!" as they were legging it. I'm going to play the audio from the immediate aftermath now. A couple of things to note: that there may be some muted moments because I never ever swear in videos, and that was a moment that really pushed me to the edge. And also, I thought it was amusing to note, for me at least, that whereas when I've seen torches in the distance and felt safer, I've been able to do recording and do a bit more talking to make it more dramatic for YouTube. Whereas in this case, because I felt that it was immediate danger, I've practically entirely stopped breathing at moments, never mind talking away to the camera. Once I'd found my boots, I felt a little safer, but I immediately started to break down the campsite. One of the benefits of such a simple setup is that it took me literally less than 2 minutes to have everything shoved in my backpack and for me to be getting out of there.
Luckily, he made the smart decision to pack up and leave before anything else unfolded. But it raises a chilling question. Who's wandering around the woods in the middle of the night, shining lasers at random campers? To this day, it remains one of the strangest camping encounters I've ever come across. On May 12th, 2024, YouTuber Creepy Outdoors uploaded a chilling piece of content to his channel. His channel is all about camping alone in eerie forests. Not to make scary content, but simply to relax and unwind. Over time, he's gathered a loyal fan base who follow his quiet adventures closely. Most of the time, he doesn't get scared easily. He rarely even talks much in his videos. But in this particular upload, things felt different.
Just gotta make a fire. I feel a lot better when I got a fire going. What the hell is that? This is a decent spot. I'm gonna go gather some wood. I'm gonna make a little fire, have a nice beer. I heard something cracking in the woods. Now, if you live in Canada, when you hear something cracking, a branch cracking, it doesn't usually mean a small animal. It's usually a deer, a bear, anything of that sort. So it should never be taken lightly when you hear a branch breaking. All right, I'm gonna gather some wood. I'll see you guys then.
It's clear that he isn't as calm as usual, almost as if he senses he's not alone. Still, he keeps going as he begins to make his fire. That's when things suddenly take a much darker turn.
What was that? Hello? I'm not afraid of this fire spreading because there's wetness everywhere. I'm just gonna do a 360 around camp because... Hello? Now a fire like this will go out easily if you don't maintain it. Important to find broken trees like this. Even if they're wet, the heat of the fire will burn it. As long as you got your birch and a bit of dry something you can bring in the forest, you're fine. I'm a little worried about the sounds I heard earlier. I almost wish it was an animal, because the idea of somebody around my camp, a little creepy. I gotta go real quick. Should have grabbed some more, but I really want to show a demonstration. Anything that's dead. Hello? What the fuck is going on? Crap. Hello? I better get some more branches. I don't like what I'm hearing. The bigger my fire, if there's a deer or something or a bear around, the fire should scare it.
Out of nowhere, loud, snapping branches can be heard nearby. Clearly unnerved, he tries to make his fire bigger, hoping to scare off whatever or whoever might be lurking in the forest. Eventually, the sounds fade, and the rest of his night is quiet. But honestly, I can't stop wondering what exactly was out there that evening. Not disturbed? Check out this next video on screen if you dare.